Hey, everybody. We got the Habs. They're in, I can't even remember all of a sudden. They're in Utah. That's why it's such a late game. So we got a game preview, which I don't do very often anymore. So, but considering the late game, I thought I would do a late preview and do a live stream for that. I guess I'm going to take the guesses for the Guess the Score contest. You can guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick one guy from each team for that first goal scorer if you are correct in the first one in the chat. With that guess, you would win $15 off of a purchase at the merch store. And before I forget, got to get that. You can get one of these there. I do have phone covers and all kinds of other things. Hats, mugs. I got to get this out of the way. And shirt right there. That's all available, and other things too. Lots of other things. Check it out. All right. I'm gonna do the stuff that I usually do before the game. So I've got some stuff for the news wise, I guess. I've got the stats for the game. You can give your guesses for the Guess the Score contest, and we'll talk about the game. Got about a half hour to do that. And, we could try to figure out how this game's going to go and what your guys' thoughts are on it and what mine are. All right, let's see who's here. I don't think a lot of people. If you're here, say hi. Not a lot of people here. Anyway, say hi. Guru's here. Hey, Guru. 4-2 Habs, Slav, and Cooley. Interestingly, and this is not at all set up because, and Guru and I often hit the same. So I've got it 4-2. I got it Texier if he's in the lineup. I don't know if he is. If not, it was Slav and Cooley. So we're very close. All right. Anyway, listen, if you're here, please say hi. And if you want to give your guess for the Guess the Score or you want to wait for the game when it starts, you can do that there as well. Habs need to keep rolling. I kind of think they will, to be honest. In the last podcast to have normals, I said I thought they were going to go on a small winning streak. Like I thought it was going to be a winning week where they'll win all 3 games. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know. But they got to keep doing that or else, they're going to fall out. They're still really close, though, to top of the division and to the second spot in the conference. So they're not, despite, 7 out of 8 game losing streak, they're still right there. They just need to get on a winning streak. And if they can do that, this season is not lost. All is not lost. All right, BL is here. BL says 4-3 Utes, Keller, or Cole Caulfield. He actually gave me an accurate, wow. What happened tonight? BL, tonight I made Pan Haggerty. I made the Pan Haggerty. Liked it a lot, actually. So I didn't make it perfectly, I guess. I'll do it better the next time, but definitely was good. So just let you know, I made that today. All right. Did I give mine? I gave mine 4-2. Yeah, I gave mine. So mine is 4-2 Montreal. Texier, if he's in the lineup, I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup from what Coach Marty said. I didn't. It was a video, so I didn't write down what he said. But basically, that if he's ready, if he can get up to speed in time, because he's got to learn a few things, and then he'll be in the lineup when he's ready. So I don't know if that's going to be tonight or not. We're going to find out soon. I do have the lineups, but I didn't look for that, so I don't know. Does it say that? I didn't look at, and I don't know if he's in the lineup. So when I do the lineups, we'll kind of see. And now those aren't 100% accurate, so he could still be if he's not listed there. All right. What else we got? BL says you tweak it and make it your own. Good stuff. Yes, that's what I do. I did a little bit. I added some veggies and the meat instead of just. Anyway, I did my own way, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I did, and I I'll probably I'll eat it 2 more times before it's all done. You ever come on an hour and a half before a game before? I probably have for a preview before. Such a late game. I didn't want to be doing this and rushing to start the game, so I thought I'd do 8 o'clock. So nice start. We can get up to speed on the game, and then I'll have enough time in between. Maybe take my dog out since it's so late, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I probably have. I know I used to do this. An hour before the game. So I mean, an hour and a half before. It's not that far off. It's really not. All right, let's get right to it. How we do that? How about we do that? All right, this is what I've got. If Alexandre Texier, by the way, he is from France, not from Quebec. If Texier is in the lineup, he'll be wearing number 85. Number 85. And if people don't know who Texier is, I don't know if you saw somewhere in the last couple of weeks, a player, I guess it was a St. Louis player, in practice going in on the goalie and one hand and beat him like that, like on a shootout type thing. That was Texier. So, in case you didn't know, Habs have recalled defenseman Adam Engstrom. He's wearing number 42, if you didn't know, and he will be replacing Arbor Jacki in the lineup tonight. I think they're showcasing him for a possible trade, but I don't have any proof of that. I'm trying to read into what I'm reading between the lines of what I'm reading and hearing and stuff. So, there's that. Joshua Roy eventually was sent back, so they hadn't sent anyone back even after calling up Engstrom and acquiring Texier, and then they sent Joshua Roy back. Montreal is 6-5-1 at home. Utah is 5-6-2 on the road. In the 21 games, Montreal is 11-7-3 overall, and in 23 games, Utah is 12-8-3. Montreal beat Utah 6-2 November 8th, and that was in Montreal. And here's an interesting thing. We can talk about this for a sec before. Where's this now? All right, so this is a trade list. Nick Kiprios put up this trade board as of November 25th, yesterday, and he's got players that I guess he feels are going to be available, maybe available right now. I don't know. Now, of all the guys that are there, there's one guy that I've already called for as a target for Montreal. There's rumor that Montreal's interested, and we now know the price to acquire said player, and that player is Ryan O'Reilly of the Nashville Predators. I believe Montreal has been, I don't know if I read that somewhere, but Montreal, I believe, is interested. And the cost to get O'Reilly is a first-round pick and an A prospect, not a mid prospect, an A prospect. And then, I heard that, and then they call up Engstrom, and Engstrom's going to be in the lineup. It could be a coincidence, or it could be that they're showcasing him for a possible trade. Engstrom definitely would be, in my mind, an A prospect and would fit the bill, and they definitely have first-round picks that they can use. Some people don't really want an older guy coming in here for a center. But and in giving up an Engstrom, say, first and an Engstrom, I don't want it to be an old guy or what. I don't know if they're going to do that. I'm okay with it, to be honest with you. I think O'Reilly is the right guy of the experienced players of centers. I think O'Reilly's the right guy to bring in here. Personally, he's got the right dollars, $4.5 million season, and he's only got this year and next year on term. And that's perfect. So hopefully that's might be who they're going after. But that's out there. And I have had O'Reilly as a trade target since just after the season ended last season. I did a trade targets video early in the offseason and, the Habs offseason, I believe, anyway. And, I might have written it up and only did the video a little later, but I did this video and I had Ryan O'Reilly as a trade target. And I think I might have said that he was the guy that I wanted then. So we'll see. Maybe getting lucky and actually getting that right. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Both teams. No, wait a second. I did that. I did. Oh, okay. I did that. Both teams had hot starts and have cooled off. So very similar teams. I believe Utah has now won their last two games, and Montreal has won its last game. But they had cooled off. Mammoth had an 8-2 start, I think. They had 1.7 wins in a row very early in the season, and they were looking to be unbeatable. And of course, they were going to come back down to earth, but they've cooled off a lot like Montreal has. Tonight's goalies are Jacob Dobish, and he's going to face off against Carl Vamelka. So those are the two goalies. I'll give the stats very soon. And I said Engstrom is in and Arbor sits. Let's see what you guys are saying before I get to the rest of the stuff I got. Where did I leave off? Right here. It actually takes better. Oh, we're talking. Yeah, and actually, I slightly undercooked the potatoes, so putting it back in the oven and cooking a little longer anyway tomorrow. And I kind of figured that yeah, kind of like a pasta sauce. They get better the next day. All right, no bark. Asking price for Ryan O is a first and an A-level prospect, according to Pierre LeBrun and Chris Johnson. Yeah, I think that's what I said. I'm pretty sure it's what I said. Habs Guru, I think this might be their... Ray, can you not bark now? You can't even see anything out there, so I don't know what you're barking at. I think this might be their only good chance at a really good win this week. Colorado and Vegas can definitely crush other teams sometimes. Of course, I always want to have Habs win, but tough games coming. I'm not saying there aren't tough games coming. It's a gut thing, I guess, and I'm probably wrong. But I have a feeling that they can, after losing 5 in a row, I just feel them pulling off a few wins in a row. That's basically what it is. And then last season, if you remember, we were able to beat Colorado, and I think Vegas too, weren't we? Or I'm not sure about Vegas. Big game, Colorado, and I just hang on. I'm going to scream at my dog. I screamed at my dog. She's used to it. Okay. Ryan O'Reilly, AAV 4.5 million fits nicely too. You're just like repeating after me there, Bill. I didn't read that and I had said it, so I guess we both put that at the same time. Hey, Huzu, look, as long as the good people of Utah don't drive into one of our rookies, I'll consider this night a success. Are they known to be like a tough, physical, mean, beach into the ice type of team, though? I don't really think so, personally. And listen, we have players here. We still have guys here. Florian's in the lineup. Bye-bye. How's it going, bye-bye? Jim Montgomery. Okay, try that again. Jim Montgomery did not like Texier's style of play. So that is why he was released. 3 teams were in the running, and one offered more money, but he wanted to play in Montreal. Yeah, I heard that. He said it was no-brainer. I've also heard, I didn't delve too deep into that, but how was it put? That he's had a bit of a tragic career and that he hasn't really been given the proper chances, and he's got a lot to show. That we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Okay, do these 2 comments, and then I'll get back to the rest of what I got. Baybye says November 26, 1984. Near and dear to Rick, the Flower retires. Was that November 26th? Yeah, that was a sad day, man. That was a sad day. Le Demon Blonde. His stained relationship with former teammate and coach Jacques Lemaire played a part in his retirement. From what I understand, 2 things. He asked to be traded. Serge Savard said no. And yes, Jacques Lemaire wanted to curtail his offense. I believe he wanted to do that, basically, I guess, the trap thing here or something along those lines. And it was not working for Guy. if I'm correct, he was here for 19 games that season. And I want to say he had like 5 points in 19 games, something like that. It wasn't working for him. And to the point where he wanted out instead, and Savard wouldn't trade him because he knew what the fans would do to him if he traded Lafleur, right? Yeah, BL, I believe you. I didn't read them, so it was just we both at the same time said the same thing. Huzu says, I meant the actual drivers who crippled Heinemann last year, sending us into a 7-game losing streak. Oh, was that in Utah? I guess that was in Utah. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, so far so good. I mean, it's almost game time. I haven't heard of anything that anybody got hurt. They can share the roads with horses, but can't avoid pedestrians. Ha, ha, ha. Phil, hey, Phil. Phil says, oh, man, a preview. I missed those. Yeah, I haven't done previews in a while. I definitely have not. Maybe I'll do that for the late games that we have this year. For this season, I'll do a preview instead of because I won't be doing a members-only review after the late game. So Phil wishes everyone a wonderful evening. Let's get back to what I've got here for you guys. All right, standings. Let me take that thing off from Phil. That would help. All right, standings. So this is 27 points down to 25 points, right? So 11 to 23. That's in the overall standings. Utah's at 12, and Montreal has dropped down to 18, just outside the playoffs. But they're separated by 2 points, and Utah has played 2 games more. So it's very, 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 very tight. Like, parity has really hit the league, without a doubt. Refs tonight are Jordan Samuels Thomas and Trevor Hansen. I don't know them that well. Well, the first one, Samuels Thompson, I don't remember seeing him before this season. And Trevor Hansen, I know well. But we're probably going to not like them by the end of the night to some extent. Last 10 games, Canadiens 3-4-3. As I said, they beat Toronto, but had lost 7 of their last 8 games. The Mammoth had lost, 7 also of their last 8 games before winning 2 against the Rangers in Vegas. And they were 3-4-3 as well in their last 10. So these teams right now are very similar points in their season, I guess. The players to watch over the last 5 games for points for Montreal: Mike Matheson with 5 and Logan Cooley with 7. I believe he just coming off of a 4-goal game in his last couple of games or something to get to 13 goals. For goals, Josh Anderson has had 3 and Logan Cooley with 5. And assists, Mike Matheson with 4, Nate Schmidt with 5. Team stats: power play, Montreal 21%, which looks a lot better than it has been lately. I believe they're still 0 for... No, they got one. They had an 0 for 17 stretch and then got a goal. So 21%. Mammoth at 13.8%, 30th in the league, not very good. The PK, 76.4% for Montreal. And for the Mammoth, 84.1%. That's pretty good. 6th in the league, so they got a good PK. If our power play comes alive, it's a good power play against a good PK and a poor power play against the okay PK. Face-off percentage, 50.8% for Montreal, 46.3% for, I was going to call them the Coyotes. For the Mammoth, goals for per game, 3.43 for Montreal, 3.09 for the Mammoth, and goals against per game 3.52. So Montreal giving up a little bit more than they're scoring on average per game, and the Mammoth at 2.96. So their defense is, the penalty kill is good. Their defense is top 16 anyway, so top half of the league. And there you go. That's stats. Goalies tonight: Jacob Dobish 7-2-2, 288 goals against, and an 895 save percentage. And Carl Vejmelka 10-5-2, 276 goals against, and an 891 save percentage. So let's see if Dobish can come back as well, because he has gone, I believe, 1-2-2 in his last 5 starts. So he needs to get his game back. That was a good game last one, but I don't know that he had to be very spectacular in any way. So, but good, solid bounce back, and something definitely to build on. And fingers crossed that Dobish finds his way back to, the way he was at the beginning of the season. Let's get to their lines. Hayton, Keller, and Schmaltz. That's line 1. Line 2, Cooley, Yamamoto, and Gunther. Line 3, McBain, Peterka, and Krause. And then line 4, Stenlin, Carson, and Tanev. Pairings, surgical. I was going to call him surgical. I can't say it now. Sergachev and DeSimone. Schmidt and Marino. Cole and Dursey are the pairings. Vejmelka and Vanacek are the goalies. And for Montreal, I can still see it. Suzuki, Caulfield, Bolduc, Kapanen, Slav, and Demidov, Evans, Jackeye, and Anderson. And we got Veleno, Davidson, and Gallagher. So Texier not in the lineup yet. For my guess, it'll be Slav and Cooley. Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Engstrom playing with Carrier on the third pairing. And we got Dobish and Monty as the goalies. And that's where we're at. Where am I going from here? And that's where we're at. I'll get to you guys. Oh, I should maybe take that shit off the screen, and then might help. Okay, where are you guys at? Where was I? Yes. Nope. Yes, I hear you there, Phil. I definitely get you. Hey, Slappy Pickle, how's it going, man? All right, so what do you guys think of this game? You got any insight for me? I have no other insight except that I feel Montreal will win this game. I just feel Montreal's going to have a bit of a bounce back from that horrible losing streak. Now, both of them are basically the same thing. The Mammoth just came off of it one game earlier, but I guess started it one game earlier, that 7 out of 8 game losing streak. So, it's very close game, it looks like. I mean, this league, I've been saying that every game, I feel like. 2 very closely matched teams by stats and all that, right? I've been saying that a lot. Parity has really hit this league. Parity has really hit this league. Big time this season. At least early on, we'll see if there's ever, if there's a point in the season where, enough teams pull away from the other ones, or this closeness, and I think this is what the NHL wants, goes right down to the wire pretty much, right? Where the races are tight all the way down to the last week of the season, and that way the fan interest is up and all that, all that good stuff for them. I am very oddly watching, because I have TSN on getting ready for the game. So I have it on in advance. So there's curling, and I'm not a curling guy at all, but I got into this Gushu Jacobs match. I don't know why. I don't even really understand curling that well. All right, so whatever you guys want here, you give me some opinions on how you think the game's going to go. If anyone wants to give their guess for the guess to score contest, now is a good time. And that's any questions you have for me. I'll stay around probably another 10 minutes or so. And then I'm going to take off because I still have some stuff to do and get ready for the game. Surprise is going to be for BL as well. Big surprise, BL. Big surprise tonight on the show. On the game. Big surprise. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's a big surprise coming on the game tonight for Talking Habs. How's that? All right, what do you guys got for me? Nothing. No, everyone's quiet. 15 people here. Nobody wants to say anything. Seriously, though, that's all I've got. I haven't heard any other rumors. It's to me, it's clear. I say clear. It looks like the Habs are gearing up for a trade. To me, it looks like the Habs are gearing up for a trade. From what I'm reading, from what they're doing, it seems to me like a trade is coming. And you know what? Rightfully so, because if they want to make the playoffs, I don't think they can wait a ton of time to whatever it is they're planning to do to pull that off. Now, I could be wrong. Depending on what you read, some people think there's a trade coming. Some people think it's kind of building, but from a little bit more down the road. I kind of think it's sometime before Christmas. I do. I think sometime before Christmas, they're going to make a trade. I'm hoping. Well, listen, I'm hoping it's somebody who's really good and is going to move the needle here and do all that. But if it's going to be I'll say an aging veteran. I'm not even sure off the top of my head how old O'Reilly is, but if it's going to be a veteran center that is over the age of 33 or 34, then I from what's out there, from the guys that are out there, from what their salary is, what their term is, O'Reilly to me is the guy they should go after. It seems like he's available because Nashville made it known what the price is if you want to acquire Ryan O'Reilly. So he must be available. And I would like to see O'Reilly be the guy. If it's not going to be some young hotshot kid that you're going to go, wow, how did they get that kid? I don't really want Kadri. I don't think I really want to see Shen, but I like the idea of O'Reilly. Hey, Charles from Nassau. How you doing there, Charles? How's the weather? And Lucas. Hey, Lucas. Late one tonight. Yep. Let's get a hot start so you can sleep peacefully. Yeah, I don't blame you. What time do you get up in the morning, man? You got to get up early. We're in Canada, so we're not. Our American friends, they have Thanksgiving weekend. I think Thanksgiving is tomorrow for them. For us, Thanksgiving would be on Sunday or Monday. There, I believe it's on Thursday. So, tomorrow's Thanksgiving down there. And to the individual Americans that aren't lunatics, happy Thanksgiving. To the other ones, I don't really give a shit. Expected low temperature of 73 Fahrenheit, says Charles out in Nassau. Awesome, Charles. You lucky dude. What do we have here? I think it was 4 degrees here today, Celsius, which I believe is like 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Bye says tomorrow is his 71st. Well, happy birthday, Bye. 71 years old. Wow. So you're what, 8 years older than me. Well, I'm going to be 63 in February. So awesome. What's the plans for your birthday? For me, I would be saying, yeah, just continuing to breathe would be a great plan for my birthday. That's how I look at it. All right. What have I got to add for tonight's game? I don't know. What kind of game am I looking for? So like typical. I hope Montreal gets off to a fast start. I hope again, like we can pop the first goal. That would be nice. Maybe the first couple of goals, instead of having to chase the game all night. So I'm hoping that's the kind of game we see. They come out with a lot of energy, a good pace, because it's going to be a late game. As if it's got a good pace and there's excitement in the game, it'll keep us awake. So that's a good thing. So I'm hoping for all those things, and I'm hoping for a Habs win, 4-2. If I'm going to get it right, that was my guess. You got no plans for your no plans for your birthday. Like not even, well, I'll eat a piece of cake. Like that's a plan. Living is good. I like that helps. It helps make the day go better when you're living. Because when you're not, it's kind of boring. Not that you would know, but I imagine it is. All right, I'm getting silly. I'll do another 5 minutes, and then I gotta run, and I'll be back at 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock Newfoundland time. Although it's in the winter. So what is it down there? Baby or BL? What time is it down there compared to here? Baby says Habs 4-3, Demidov or Cooley for the first goal. Awesome. If you are in here and you don't really have a guess because you haven't thought about it, don't worry. You can guess during the game. So it's 9:30 there now, so you're an hour ahead. Now, at this time of year, is Newfoundland a half hour different? Like, is it 10 there or is it 9:30 there? Because it's Newfoundland's time I really often get wrong. Ooh, looks like Gusha might lose. Look at that. It's 10 there, eh? So it's an hour and a half difference. And then in the summer or in daylight savings time, it's a half hour because I know, because growing up as a kid, I just remember, shows 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever, at 8:30 Newfoundland, right? 8:30 Newfoundland time. 8 o'clock here, 8:30 there. Or what I get? Nothing important. Don't bother me, boy. I've been watching this. I guess what do I call her? It's a woman from Newfoundland. She does a lot of cooking and stuff called Mrs. Brown's Kitchen. She does reels on and Instagram and all that, but I watch her on Facebook. Um, yeah, so I thought that's pretty cool. A lot of Newfoundland little recipes and stuff for Christmas. All right, what do we got? Only got a couple of minutes left. Anybody else, or that's it? That's all, or do you want me to stay another 5 minutes on top of that? If you do, you gotta talk to me. You're in northern BC working, and the time never changes here. Way better for game nights. I guess so. What do you mean? So northern BC time is not 3 hours. It's still 3 hours difference. Here, wait a second. So at some point you're only 2 hours difference than here. You're confusing me because BC is 3 hours earlier than it is here. Doesn't matter what time of the year. So you confusing me, man. You're in the peace AR. What does that mean? You're not helping me, man. You're not helping me at all. because this is new to me. I did not know that northern BC doesn't change. Peace region is 6:34 there right now. It's what? Give me it's 6:34. It's 8:35 here. Oh, so 2 hours difference, and then are you always only 2 hours um, behind me and not three? Because if so, I did not know that. You know what they say? You learn something new every day. That's what they say. It's exactly what they say. Well, I guess people left instead of actually keeping me here for longer. 3 hours in central BC where you live, but right now you're in northern BC. I gotcha. I gotcha. All right, then. Now we're back to 16. Anyway, if you want to keep me here for another 5 minutes or so, which is about all I got, you can talk to me. Will be interesting to see how Engstrom will perform. Feel bad for Arbor. I mean, feel bad in what way? It's going to happen. He's not going to play. I wouldn't imagine he was going to play 82 games anyway. And yeah, I'm interested to see how Engstrom is looking. Hearing great things about him this season, and is he being showcased? Maybe, possibly for a trade. Possibly, I don't know. Are they just looking at him and seeing what they have in him, what options they have for defense? Like I don't know. I've read a couple of things, and it's hard to tell what they are. I just get the feeling that Montreal is gearing up for a move. I don't know what. I don't know who, but I feel like they may be doing that. You got to think it's for a second line center. Although Kapanen is, he's at least holding his own. He's not. I don't think he's really hurting the team. I like the name, by the way, Lucky Graziano. Trying to decide, is that like an old mobster name or a boxer? I can't remember. It just sounds like an old mobster's name, but it sounds like a boxer's name too. It seems that Engstrom is too good to keep in Laval. I'm not saying that's not the case that he's good, but I don't know if that's the reason he's here, though, baby. Okay, so Baby says that's an old boxer's name, and Lucky says mobster. I think it's a mobster's name, is what I think. Then there might have been a Graziano that was a boxer, but I think Lucky Graziano, that's a mobster's name. All right. Well, you guys didn't do a great job of keeping me here longer, but I can't really stay much longer. So I'm going to take off for now. So that's the preview. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was interesting enough. And don't forget, I'm back at, Lucky saying there was a famous Graziano boxer. So it was kind of both. I'm back at 9:30 for the game. Don't forget, I have we'll just say be a surprise on that broadcast very early on. Going to be a surprise. I'm not telling you what it is. Got to tune in to find out. All right. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this at all. I appreciate it. If you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And I will see you in, what are we at? In 50 minutes for game time. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time, which is 50 minutes from now. Stay safe out there. Don't hurt yourself in between. Peace out, and I'll see you soon. That's it. Give that thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to shut up now. And ciao, everybody, and thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And let me figure out where this is the one. Ciao, everybody.